In New Zealand for the race by Grins, and I'm catching up with Mark Purdon here in Pukekohe, I believe. Hello, Mark.
G'day, Paul.
Beautiful little place this. It's unique weather. I did get drowned about an hour ago, and now the sun's out and it's just a lovely day. But it's an amazing training establishment they've got here at Pukekohe, isn't it?
Oh, it is, yeah. It used to be quite a bit bigger than this, Paul, but today they still do a great job in maintaining the tracks, and it's nice just to have a barn and this sort of establishment and not have to worry about the track side of things.
Really random question for you right off. Do you know how many horses they actually train here at Pukekohe?
Look, I would probably say they'd be in the vicinity of about 200.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an amazing place just to go there and just watch track work and watch how everyone works in together. It is really, really good. You're down here. You were said to me there before you're going to be here for close to 4 months. I think you said you'll be based down here with a small team. How many horses have you got?
We've only got 6 at the moment. We've got another 5 leaving on Sunday from Christchurch to join us, so we'll have 12 then. 12,
and that'll keep you busy, and that plus the stable in Christchurch as well.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, they're a bit light on numbers, but a few of them are spelling, and come sort of June and July, there's a few more coming back into work.
Do you enjoy this? Do you enjoy the two stables and having them separated?
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I still enjoy it. Yeah,
it's a lot of it is a lot of work logistically. The Grins tomorrow night. Firstly, you excited about like $1 million race in New Zealand soil? That must be such a great thrill for you.
Oh, it is, yeah. It had a great buzz to it last year, and the media are hyping it up again this year, so I'm sure it'll be another great night with plenty of atmosphere.
Cambridge do it well, and it's good. One thing I enjoyed for the Australians, I think the last race, I think it's 10 to 9, which is 10 to 7 Australian time for anyone watching, but it's the last race as well, which means that people can hang around, the presentation can go for as long as, I reckon that's really smart.
Yeah, that's right, and they've got a band coming as well, and last year it had a real buzz to it. They did have to stop earlier, but this year I think they'll be rolling on to the early hours of the morning.
Very, very good. Could be dangerous for a lot of people, not for yourself. 3 horses in it. Firstly, we'll start with the bad barrier draws. You had a mix. One you had to draw one with, but then the other 2 probably couldn't have drawn any worse. Self Assured and Akuda. Firstly, last week you would have been wrapped with how they both went.
Yeah, I was very pleased, and both went great races.
They did. They're both very, very strong, and it was quite a unique race. I just interviewed Ray Green, copy that, and I'm trying to think of the other horse that was in the middle, but they're all going to be very, very competitive this weekend again. It was just a nice little hit out for them all.
Yes, that's right, and a mile race, they generally get over it pretty good, which ours have, and their training's been good this week.
They've been good. You're not going to give me a lot. Self Assured, he's an old marvel. He just keeps delivering and delivering. You must really like the old boy, do you?
Oh, yeah. He's a great old horse, and he's on the verge of getting to 2 million, and really done most of it here in New Zealand. With COVID and that, we haven't had the opportunity to travel and race for the big money, but yes, it's a great achievement.
I was going to say you don't travel him a lot, and that's the main reason is you just weren't able to. He can travel.
Well, he can travel, yeah, and Jean's been happy to sort of focus on the New Zealand Cup, so when we finished here in the end of May after the Auckland Cup, she's happy to give him a rest and focus on the New Zealand Cup again.
So we won't see him in Australia again. That's not unfair. Akuda, he is a horse I know you had a lot of time for last year. He delivered for you, winning the Derby, and it was a ripping Derby that he actually won. Is he a horse like with a lot of upside for you guys here in New Zealand, and will he travel potentially to Australia?
Potentially he will later on, Paul. But he's just sort of come into the heavyweight division now, and I've been wrapped with his couple of performances in that grade, but just needs to take another step up just to be sort of the best anyway.
Yeah, okay, well that's interesting. Draw's terrible for him.
Yeah, that's right. It'll depend how what happens early in the race, I think, Paul. And last year Self Assured drew 8, but there was plenty of early speed, and it just gave him the opportunity from being back in the running to put himself in the race and being too good on the night.
Do you enjoy mile racing?
Well, I don't dislike it. Yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah, like, would you rather drive a New Zealand Cup or, the race by Grins? Would you rather the short distance mile racing or the long 3,200 metre races?
I think it just comes down to prestige of the race, really, and you enjoy both of those sort of circumstances.
Yeah. Your third entry into the race was probably one, I suppose, come out of left field a little bit. Hole in the wall, actually, is the Syndicate. I was going to be in trouble, but I know the likes of Michael House and those guys are behind it, and they thought a bit laterally, if you like, and getting a young mare into the race, no matter what. One, she adds a lot of X factor, I think, to this race. One is she's arrived and she's all fit and well.
Yeah, she is. Yes, her training's been good up here. It'll just a little bit up the unknown, for what she's been racing to taking on these guys. But she's certainly she's tough enough. But whether she's ready for this, I'm not sure.
She won the New Zealand Oaks, and I was fortunate enough to be there on Grand Prix Day, and it was a funny sort of race, and she has a mind of her own. How's that going to stand her like in a race like this when she's taken on the big boys?
Well, I think it'll be a different race for her because I think she'll get crossed early, where in the Oaks she, Olivia asked her to come off the gate and she just didn't come back to her that well, so she pulled for pretty well all the journey of the Oaks, but and lucky enough to still fight on and win it. But this will be different.
As someone who watches New Zealand racing and love it from afar, the Oaks, like you said, Olivia, that was her first Group 1 win, and it was a big thrill. But she sort of took charge on Liv. She got going down the back straight, and then she'd come back to him every time. Is that going to be an issue? Like a racing man is going to be an issue for her here and even going forward?
No, I don't think so. I think that was just sort of a one-off situation that day. She's generally been pretty good, and she led last start, and she was nice and kind for Liv. So, just a one-off.
Just see how she goes. Thank you. You, as you said, you've only got the 3 in tomorrow night. You do have Millwood Nike down, and be remiss of me to ask them. I keep telling the Aussies, they keep telling me about all these great horses, but how is she?
She's really good. Yeah, she'll probably contest one more heat before the final of the size stakes fillies.
Well, last time I was down here at Cambridge for the Harness Millions, I think it was, and you said she'll only have a light prep. That's still the case? There's no Australian trips on the radar just yet?
No. By the time we get through that, she's done enough this year, and she'd have earned a break.
Yeah, and any chance of travelling the year after? I've got to keep working for harness racing everywhere across the ditch, because I've been fortunate enough to see her. There's so many people that haven't. She's just a lovely horse. Not to look at, she's just plain Jane, but she's just a brilliant horse just to watch on the track.
Oh, yes, she is, and lovely horse to sit behind, so she's something special, and maybe later in the year we might be looking at, or early next year, a race like the Ladyship or something like that.
That'd be super exciting. Actually, she'd be awesome on the Menangle track. I imagine what she'd light up. I'm a proud Victorian, but I wouldn't mind being there for the Ladyship and watching her light up that track as well. Mark, thank you. Just door knocked you, and as always, you give me plenty of time. So thank you very much. Good luck tomorrow night. Hopefully, I'm interviewing you afterwards, mate.
Thanks, Paul. I hope so too.
Thank you very much.